Affair with a married coworker. On the first day of our honeymoon, my wife told me that she has been having an affair with a married coworker for the past couple of weeks. The hardest part, though, is that she won't tell me that she will stop seeing him. Keep in mind the honeymoon is 3 months after the wedding. This guy is prepared to leave his wife for mine completely. I'm completely lost. This has completely caught me off guard. I married this woman because she loves me for who I am and would never do anything to hurt me. But I'm wrong. She scheduled a session for us with a marriage counselor who gives me hope. But I feel so helpless and lost. She keeps telling me it's her, not me. Our entire relationship, she has been incredibly loyal to me. Why would this change now? Is there any hope of saving this? I love her so much and desperately want to make this work. I'm literally writing this while still on my honeymoon. I have no kids and we live in an apartment together. Advice appreciated. I really appreciate any help you can provide. Update. It turns out my wife deactivated her Facebook. So this guy's wife couldn't find and contact me. His wife has known longer than I have. Regardless, she still wants their marriage to work. Update. Heading home, I got the annulment papers and an appointment on Monday to talk to an attorney. The clock is against me, but I will do everything I can to pull this off. Update. I spoke to the attorney and decided to take his advice. I waited for her to go to work, grabbed everything from the apartment that's mine, and left. I also took the money in the savings account to preserve the money till we can separate it later based on contribution. Update. We ended up closing the lease to our apartment, and I've started to see a therapist to help me emotionally handle the situation's gravity. Right now, I don't understand why she won't fight for me. She has been begging to talk, and when I finally agree, she doesn't commit to me as I expect. She instead just adamantly apologizes, tells me how she misses me, and tells me how lonely she feels without me. When I'm direct about what it takes to fix this, she doesn't jump at the opportunity. Story 2. I 22 male want to message my 21 female ex, first love. It's been close to 2 years since I broke up with my ex. I broke up with her because we both made dumb mistakes and I didn't believe our relationship could be salvaged. There was too much damage and trust broken at the time. I really loved her though, as she did with me, and I still did when I had to break up with her. We dated for 2 years and honestly I don't regret a thing, aside from the mistakes I made myself. Well, it's been almost a year since we last talked and I still miss her to this day. My relationships with other girls since haven't been nearly as good as how our relationship was, and I'm starting to believe they won't ever be. That's not the reason I want to message her though, just trying to articulate how good our relationship/connection was anyway. I believe she misses me too, well at least did, and hopefully still does. There are 2 reasons for this. About 8 months after we broke up, she randomly messaged me asking me to delete her nude photos or videos. Respectfully, I obliged, NGL, after some convincing. But the whole conversation she was talking to me like we were dating pretty much. Being all cute and talking using emojis the way she used to in the relationship with me. At the time, I didn't think anything of it. So dumb of me, but I now believe it's because she missed me and wanted an excuse to talk. About a year and 1/4 after we broke up, she went to my friend's Canada party, which she knew I'd be there. Unfortunately, I was with another girl at the time, and this girl intentionally made my ex jealous. Well, my ex freaked out on me at the party, mentioning how we said we'd never do stuff like that to each other after we broke up. At the time, I didn't think anything of that either. I was just like, WTH. It's been over a year, how does that still apply? She left the party and ended up DMing me saying I better win against everyone at Pong, which I didn't see and never replied, KMS. Anyway, dummy not realizing both times that I think she just missed me. Now, I've been really considering messaging her after realizing everything and coming to the conclusion that I do really, really want her back. To give another shot to a relationship at least, and hopefully never turn back this time, as we have both, presumably, learned from our mistakes and know how to handle a relationship better. Now, I know people are probably going to be saying it's going to be different. She might have changed, I might not like her anymore or something. Well, I don't plan to jump straight into a relationship with her if given the opportunity. We would definitely be friends for a month or 2 before deciding. That's if she even still misses me and considers dating me again as well. Anyway, I just don't know how to message her and would like some advice. I honestly want to just be direct and message her saying I miss you. See her reply, and if our feelings are likewise, ask her out to coffee or something. But I don't know if that's too much or the wrong thing to do. On the other hand, I could just say hey, ask her how things have been, and ask if she wants to go out to coffee, if she replies at all and seems interested in talking. That's not a preferred method though. Any suggestions? Story 3. Suspect wife of being closet lesbian. Help. Long story short, we had a blowout fight that started over her hearting an illicit seductive photo on Facebook from her friend's intimate photography portrait group on Facebook, supposed to be private. Some context. We have small children. We got new neighbors around a year ago, and my wife seemed to really take to them and started being outside them and ultimately becoming very good friends with the wife. She talked about the husband a ton, and that actually caused a fight. This is the one who has an intimate portrait side business for women to take seductive photos of themselves for their husbands or girlfriends, or simply to feel less. Fast forward about 6 months and my wife has checked out of the marriage and is always on her phone. She has stopped doing things the rest of us, leaving me basically taking the kids on excursions, playing games together, cooking, and the like. It got to the point that when I get home from work my wife would check out and retire to the bedroom to bury herself in her phone, and always texting this neighbor. We have several fights the next few months, mainly about her lack of being a partner in the marriage. She gets super defensive and says I have self-esteem issues and everything is fine. So back to the fight. I inform her as politely as I can that her heart on the seductive pic of the neighbor's newest client is public. She initially gets alarmed, but what happened was she texted the neighbor and they deleted the photo from Facebook. I confronted her about how it is a little concerning that she is not only liking said photos but hearting them, and with a simple search I found several more, including the neighbor modeling and my wife hearting the photos. After I told her this, she explodes, saying some of the worst things I've ever heard from her. The highlights are, I wish I never had your kids, I hate my life here, and I will replace you. I was shocked that she went so hardcore. She sent me a few articles about jealous paranoia, and then went digging on my PC and found I had went to a porn site a week ago. This made her say we are done. She told me she is convinced I'm cheating on her. Again, I think she is deflecting. She has tried to kick me out, but I stood my ground and told her due to the things she said she should leave. She did and left her laptop. She was still logged in, and a search of that group revealed she heart emoji only the posts with women in lingerie and posing seductive. Instagram all messages from last 4 months been deleted. We had decent love life, but she was usually not up for wearing lingerie, and I've mentioned it several times. Note both her sisters are lesbians. I am starting to think maybe she and the neighbor have had relations. I told her we need to go to therapy together and/or individually. She refused, saying I am the problem, that I am social media stalker. Who's in the wrong here? With her unwillingness to talk to anyone, it feels like she is hiding something. Any advice much appreciated.